Welcome everyone. My name is Parker Bidiguri, and today I'm going to be starting a new series. It's a podcast of mine, and it's called Parker's Podcast. Very simple. Essentially, what I'm going to be doing is kind of talking over things. Going to be huge into health and cryptocurrency and technology overall. Now, it's also for like miscellaneous stuff, just fun little things here and there. If this thing grows, who knows? Maybe I'll actually add some people on, but decided to start this. I figured it's been a long time since I've done something like this. I also do apologize for the camera quality. It's kind of shitty right now, but a little fuzzy and shit. But I'm gonna be getting a new camera. I'm just using my laptop camera at the moment, and yeah, this is the first podcast. So I'd like to say thank you for coming on and watching this. um, so today I'm going to start off by saying cryptocurrency of the day. Looking at it right here. I might add it on sometime or something like that during the video. But first of all, it is a coin called Raven Coin. Today is, what's today? It's the 2nd of March and 2018, of course. And this Raven Coin has really had some quite a lot of talk on the internet. Essentially, the CEO of Overstock.com put in millions of bucks into this coin. It is designed to have very efficient transferring and everything, a lot more efficient than Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of that stuff. And the whole entire point is to trade assets. I don't quite know what that means. Maybe you could be like an investor and say, hey, here's some coins, make some money, something like that. I have no idea. Maybe it's just purely just to store money and it goes up and down and stuff like that. But so yeah, it's a X16R algorithm. It is ASIC resistant, still fresh. Difficulties like 6,100 at the moment. If you're techies, you know what that means. Got poor English, as you could tell. Essentially, I got several machines, and if you hear all the fucking noise, like all the fans and everything, um, that's because I'm mining on like 5 computers right now. Just got around 117 Raven coin at, I'd say, a little bit over, almost a day actually. It hasn't been a full day, and I've gotten 117 coins. Got a GTX Nvidia 1070 GPU, and I also have a GeForce something over there. I got a few CPU miners. They don't have a miner for AMD just yet, but I would say the 1070 GTX is doing around 11 mega hash per second on the algorithm, and I don't know how many coins I'm getting so far, but I'd say if I predict correctly, I might get around 125, 130 a day. Of course, the difficulty is going up like a madman. I can tell you right now. Started off with just like 7,000 miners, even less than that. Now it's 14,000. You can tell that news is definitely spreading. So yeah, it's not on any major exchanges at the moment. They say that as soon as it does, you should buy the heck out of it. Price is gonna go up crazy, and so yeah, that is the coin of the day. And also, just to say really quickly, make sure to look at the description of the video. If you like what you see, you can donate some Bitcoin, Ethereum, some Litecoin. Actually, I just added the Raven coin address on there if you want to do that. Seriously, this camera looks like I'm in 1990s VHS shit. Look how horrible it is. Like, seriously, this is actually like, it's kind of funny. The first podcast, and I'm saying shit about my tech. Kind of, it's a Omen HP. Got the 17-inch. Spent like 2,000 bucks, and I couldn't do a better camera. I got like a 720p camera somewhere, and I can't find it at the moment. But I might, when I get enough money, I might invest in a better camera. But so yeah, that's the coin of the day. So I figured I would get into some health stuff. I got like a shitload of supplements that will definitely help you out. I also want to be clear, this podcast is very uncut, kind of like whatever happens, happens. I want a better professional sub than this my room, but I figure I would start off somewhere simple. So yeah, health stuff. So what should we talk about today? I'm gonna try to do one subject at a time. Not I might stray off a little bit like I don't know about certain supplements, something like that. So today we are going to talk about how. Okay, let's do something that a lot of programmers can relate to, and that is back injuries. How to fix those without surgery. And first of all, I want to say that only like 3 to 4% of people should ever do surgery for back. I know this is not mainstream. Usually stuff that's not mainstream, not to be a hipster here, is actually a lot better than mainstream, especially in the health community or medical community, I should say. And if you argue with that statement, look at the opioid crisis. That's a shitload of shit all in one. So, back injuries. Let's just say you have a bulging disc, a thinning disc, or a herniated disc, a ruptured disc, degenerative disc disorder, maybe some arthritis, you got some facet joint syndrome, all that fun stuff. So how the hell do you fix that? First of all, you need to find like the 2% of chiropractors out there that know what they're doing. Not only just a chiropractor crack your bones, but they realize that cracking those bones can actually irritate the disc. So therefore, you need to find a disc specialist that specializes in Cox treatment, decompression, laser therapy, all this stuff. Um, so first of all, let me just break down what you should do. There's this thing called Cox treatment, COX technique, and it's basically a table. It's partly automized. Now I can't even say the word. Tongue-tied myself. Automated table where essentially uses flexion decompression to bend the back and kind of pulls apart the vertebrae, therefore creating a negative uh, pressure of millimeters per mercury inside the disc. Now I know with the decompression table can go to negative 159 mmHg, which is millimeters per mercury, and that's pressure. So it's just got a negative vacuum pressure stuck in the disc, and trust me, I am a victim. Not a victim. I shouldn't say that. That was my own fault, actually. I wasn't a victim. Um, excuse me. Got into a car accident. My fault. Not gonna go into details. First of all, I wasn't drunk driving. I wasn't stupid, anything like that. Like, I'm not that dumb. Nothing bad. Like, I just made a mistake. Got into an accident. And at first, I didn't have anything bad with me, but then all of a sudden, I got like this ruptured disc. I got degenerative disc disorder, got arthritis in my neck, just all this crap. So when you do Cox treatment, it helps with facet joints. It helps with decompressing everything, helps all realigning stuff, and it's really good. Do that with decompression table. Is literally a computerized, motorized table that directs the amount of pressure pull, or pull, I should just say, into a certain area of your lower back, or it could do your neck. And it basically you can go from anywhere from like 20-pound pull, which is nothing. If you're a guy that's like 160, 180, you should be like in the 120-pound pull. Excuse me. But if you're like me, like over 200, you want to go around the 150 range. So it basically just does a big pull on a specific area of your lower back, targets a certain disc, creates the most suction through the decompression table, and there you go. Just do that for probably a couple months, 4 times a week. Probably going to be good. So, what about degenerative disc disorder? There's a thing called prolazones, not an epidural shots, not a cortisol shots, nothing like that. It's where they actually pump ozone gas in your back. It actually regenerates cartilage, ligaments, and everything else. It lowers inflammation like a motherfucker. So, does all that shit, and then just heals it up like you're Wolverine or something. Of course, it takes a few shots. If you have a bulging disc, it takes one shot. And yeah, you just wait 2 weeks and you get another shot. Wait 2 weeks and you get another shot until you feel perfect, or pretty damn close to it. So you get all that. There's also things for like this thing called posture pump, where it pushes your curvature in your neck, helps rehydrate your disc. There's this thing called spinalator that helps lubricate the disc through your spinal fluid and everything, kind of like massages your back in a way like that. It's hard to explain unless you actually been on one. You do that. There's muscle stimulation, which electricity goes through you. Kind of shocks you a little bit. Doesn't hurt too much. Just feels prickly, and it helps strengthens the muscles. It also helps with like preventing spasms. And then you got lasers, which is like you got cold laser, and you got infrared laser, and I think they're both the same. I'm not really for sure. But there's this laser therapy that creates ATP in the cells and everything, and it increases your natural opioids. So it's like a painkiller slash kind of heals everything. So you do all that. You have some bracing, like a air pump brace. You got levelers you put in your shoes. You got supplements, and you're all good. Um, you want to look into things that increase nerve growth factor. Things like lion's mane mushroom, PQQ. You want your B vitamins. You want vitamin C. Um, there's a lot of stuff. Actually, there's a website I go to called selfhack.com. Just type in nerve growth factors or something like that, and they'll just list all the supplements, all the vitamins, everything to help you out with that. And they do a lot of other stuff. I love that website. I'm not sponsored for it, but hell, it's an amazing, amazing website. So moving on, that's the health tip of the day. Kind of doing like improv here. So I guess I'll kind of say what's going on in my life right now. Right now I'm doing crypto day trade. I'm doing stocks a little bit. Just got a part-time job, so that's cool. Working on artificial intelligence. Big, huge programmer. I know C Sharp, VB, anything .NET, Java, C++, Linux, Windows, Python, Assembly, just about anything. Anything from like building a video game to a utility app to a website. Just got done building a trading bot for crypto, so that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I should probably bring this up. What the hell is going on with Scicoin? SIA coin, cryptocurrency. Like, I know the team for Scicoin is fixing up stuff. They just got their new Explorer website open, but the exchanges is complete shit. Like, the only one that's kind of has some what is it? Reputation is Bittrex, but Poloniex and HitBTC and the other exchanges are like, if you transfer your coins to them, it's like you lose your coins or they don't even have an option to receive the coins. So I'm just like, what the heck? I got this ASIC machine, I got the A3 Bitmain Antminer, and it's pulling in around 1,600 coins per day, which I think is like, can range from like 30 to 40 bucks a day. So far I got 30,000 coins, and I can't even transfer them. Like, I mean, like, what the hell? Oh yeah, also, just a very small side note, the reason why I swear so much is because, I don't know, it's just like, whenever I do like a video and I stay very clean, nothing really happens. Like, I don't know. It's like, I know YouTube's really against it, but I don't know. Maybe if I'm bigger, I might clean up my act a tiny bit, but I don't know. Who gives a shit? Be yourself. But anyways, it doesn't mean like I always kind of like look at like Tony Robbins. I'm like into the self-help community a little bit. And like he swears all the time, but he does it for like to bring people back to his attention. Because if you just talk and talk and talk and talk without swearing, especially when it's informational stuff, not like a story or something like that, people tend to doze off and stuff like that. And they're like not that interested. And if you add in humor or swearing and stuff like that, a little bit of spice, people tend to listen more. They tend to pay attention. They're more interested. So that's why I kind of do that. Anyways, I kind of swear with like my friends and all that, but I'm not like, I don't know. That would sound like cringe just by explaining this, so I'm gonna stop. So yeah, Sitecoin. Anyways, comment in the comments below. If any of you guys actually know anything that's going on. I'm treating this like YouTube. I kind of forgot how Library's set up, but at least for you YouTubers, like I'm pretty sure Libry has a comment thing. Like, this is my first video I'm gonna be uploading to Libry, so it's gonna be cool. I figured that would be some cool stuff to do. So got all that done, got that all put together, or just set. I don't know what the hell am I calling the Sitecoin thing. So interesting story. I was driving home from work, my old work, and I remember I was in traffic, and all of a sudden, this is a really short story, but it's kind of funny. All of a sudden, this was like there's this hill over here. We got suburbs. We're stuck in traffic, going like 1 mile per hour. All of a sudden, you saw this fucking truck, like this white big ass truck, flying over this fucking hill, and this is all grass. There's no roads. There's no nothing. He was like pissed off at the wife or kid or something. He didn't give a shit about anything that day. He just fucking flew. Like he didn't like fly and like hit. Like he got a little bit air in the front, but my gosh, he was just like pissed or something, drove through the backyard, just went over and cut someone off into the road, and I was just like, what the fuck? Big ass truck. This guy looked like he just had an aneurysm. His face was red. Didn't give a shit about the law. Just going over this hill and just drove right into the road. I'm just like, shit. But that's the thing. A lot of road rage. I do time to time get road rage, but that's the thing. Like I remember this douchebag, and you could tell he was a fucking douchebag. He was like a white ghetto douchebag. So again, super short story, but I figure I would kind of talk about it since we're on the topic. So I remember driving on the highway, and they had like this Tokyo drift car. Like nothing against people that drive that. Like I have no problem if you like deck out your car like that. Like no offense, but this douchebag, he wasn't bothering me, but he was bothering this other guy. He was right on his ass. He was cutting through all the stuff and everything, and that's yeah okay. But essentially, he got to the point where this guy was driving too slow, and he stopped for a second because I think they were like merging through and they're going on a side road. They stopped. He got out of his car and like threw a water bottle at this guy. And he just cursed him out. He just drove off. I'm just like, what the fuck? I know it's like whatever type of story. It's not like super hilarious, but I figure I'd say it. He was fat, everything. Seems like he just played Xbox all day, drinking Monster. I remember those days. I was a LAN party nerd. I'm not quite in shape as much as I once was, but there were some periods of time where back in high school and even before then where I'd just game, drink Monster, Red Bull, NOS, all that stuff, play the Xbox computer, play Star Wars Galaxies and MMO. That was like huge. Oh man, those were days. Never got anything done. Um, so yeah, that's cool. Man, I'm burping up a storm. So yeah, other than that, there's nothing really too much. What's something tech I could talk about? Oh yeah, that's another thing. I'm kind of confused on this. Like I'm gonna go into stock slash tech here. I have 4 shares of AMD. Maybe not the best move in the world, but here's my point. So you got Nvidia using their GPUs for deep learning, neural networks, all this stuff. They basically doubled in the past year, I believe, and they're doing it because of AI, not just gaming. Actually, it's a combination of gaming, cryptocurrency mining, and artificial intelligence. Like seriously, the CEO of Nvidia is pretty damn smart. Now the cryptocurrencies kind of came by themselves. Gaming has always been there, but he invested or he directed the company into artificial intelligence. And to be honest, I really want to get into this because I'm kind of new to deep learning, especially reinforced deep learning. I know how neural networks work. I kind of worked with them a few times, trained them and stuff. If you don't know what a neural network is, basically converting the human brain into software. And the way that works is that you have different nodes. Each node are connected by, like, they're just connected. You got different layers of these nodes. And each node has like a variable, a function, or something like that. And it basically predicts how something's going to work based on previous events that has happened. So let's just say a person on a phone types in one of 4 numbers. And let's just say in that neural network, there's a beginning node, end node, and 4 nodes in the middle. Super, super basic. And the 4 nodes is basically like you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And the person has the option to press 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just say he presses 4 the most amount of times. The connections to 1, 2, and 3 will be super weak, but the connection for 4 will be strong. Similar to how a neuron, if you do an action, let's just say I'm doing this, and let's just say I'm kind of bad, I'm kind of like, or something weird like that. But over time, I get to the point where I do this perfectly. Essentially, the neurons, the path for that neuron is stronger than the other neurons in my brain. And that's basically how a neural network works. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, I kind of understand that, but like, what does that exactly mean? That means that the prediction based on things that the machine has learned is going to predict that you're probably going to press 4 more than 3, 2, or 1. And let's just say the person presses 1 double the amount of 4. Well, then that connection to the 1 node is going to be 2 times stronger than the connection to the 4 node, and the nodes for 2 and 3 are going to be the weakest. So that's basically how neural networks work. It's a really cool feature. Definitely like to work with it. So essentially, that's how that works. Deep learning is a connection. They basically neural networks are into deep learning and all that stuff. It's basically the core concept. I just heard about reinforced deep learning. I'm gonna study that soon. I don't really know how that works, but heard that's pretty good. Got some gum here. I'm chewing some nicotine gum. Not really. I've never been a smoker. But essentially with nicotine, I've kind of realized that there's a lot of nootropic effects. And if you don't know what nootropics is, basically brain enhancing legal substances are healthy for you. And you're saying like, what? Nicotine's healthy? It is addictive, and if you already have cancer, it can help it spread, but it does not exactly cause cancer. So it does indirectly cause cancer if you actually have cancer, but it does not cause cancer. And I actually read some studies on a website called ncbi.gov with their public medical database. A bunch of studies on there, but so nicotine basically increases dopamine. It's a MOAI, I think. Don't quote me on that, but does that increases nerve growth factor in the spinal cord? And because I have a back injury, I actually use that. It can reduce some pain a little bit, and of course, it increases dopamine like crazy. kind of relaxes you, stuff like that. But anyways, oh yeah, also it's good for schizophrenia also. I don't have it, but kind of helps with that too if you have that. But so yeah, that's a. But back to the thing. With Nvidia and AMD, essentially I got 4 shares of AMD mainly because I'm not super rich, and AMD I think is like $300 per share or something like that, maybe almost 400. And I know that AMD is around 12 bucks. I got 4 shares. I know that AMD does not compare to Nvidia, and they're kind of shitty on their CPU side. But I think AMD and Intel did a partnership recently, in the past year or two, and I'm betting that AMD's shares are gonna go up. I don't know how much up. It might quadruple, double, might even go up just 20 bucks. Do I think it's gonna go way down? I don't think so, but you never know. Not even Warren Buffett could predict everything perfectly. And essentially, what I'm betting on is that AMD is going to come up with something, especially with blockchain technologies and with artificial intelligence. They're going to follow the footsteps in NVIDIA. Because of that, they're going to expand on their stock. So why do I say blockchain? It's not just because of cryptocurrencies. It's because the government's going to be using, well, at least I think, this is like a Silicon Valley source. You might actually run into him on the internet a little bit. It kind of sparked an idea. I'm like, let me look into this. But I read a lot of other research. I didn't just go on his. I forgot the guy's name. He's like an investor over in Silicon Valley. I didn't go strictly on his word. I did my research before I did this, obviously. But I'm pretty sure AMD is gonna go up. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure it's gonna go up. I don't know how much, but essentially, the government is going to integrate blockchain technologies into their system, not because of cryptocurrency. Well, it's because of cryptocurrency, but they're not going to use it for cryptocurrency. They're going to use it for other things. And GPUs are the best to use for that. Obviously, CPUs are way less, like quad core i7, 2.8 gigahertz, 7th gen, maybe 8th gen. Intel processor could probably do around 70 hash per second, where like my GTX 1070 can do like almost a kilohash per second. And just because of that factor, I'm thinking about keeping my AMD shares because it's cheap, it has potential to grow, and all that fun stuff. So that's my venture into stocks. I haven't really been doing too much about stocks recently other than that. But so yeah. Another health tip. I'm gonna probably do this podcast really short. Gonna probably end it soon because, well, I should probably plan out a little bit more and then do improv. But might end it with just talking about myself, who I am, and everything, so you guys know who I am. But another health tip for you guys: how to increase testosterone, lose weight, and to build muscle. This is a very quick formula. You can look it up why. I'm not going to say all the specifics. Jeez, okay, I'm burping like 24/7. Essentially take L-Dopa, probably 100, 200 milligram. Drink 2 cups of coffee during an intermediate fasting of not eating from 8 p.m. to 1 p.m. the next day. To do 30 minutes of treadmill walking, and also to do resistant workouts. Obviously, you're gonna say, well, of course, you're gonna lose weight when you do workouts, but here's the thing: the intermediate fasting, the coffee, or I'm sorry, I did say coffee. Okay, cool. Coffee, no cream, no sugar. Just dark black coffee, and also the L-Dopa increases androgen receptor densities in the muscles and everything. Androgen receptor densities is basically things that uptake testosterone, and it can actually help the absorption of it, similar to how CDP choline increases dopamine receptor densities that help Parkinson's disease and also just overall dopamine efficiency in the brain. And also increases acetylcholine, which helps repair, maintain the brain, essentially increase gray matter and all that stuff. Galatamine's is a good one for that. But anyways, it prevents the breakdown of acetylcholine. Same as Hyposine A, which is also an alpha brain, which I should seriously have like an affiliate link with alpha brain from on it. That shit's amazing. But so the L-Dopa not only increases the keep on shaking this the androgen receptor densities, but also increases the amount of testosterone in your system. So if you do all this stuff, it'll help you. It doesn't mean you're gonna be ripped. You need to put in the work with the resistance. And you want to do a lot of workouts that are gravity based, like pull-ups and stuff, because you use all the muscles in your body. Like, don't get me wrong, doing dumbbells and doing machines are great too, but like pull-ups and stuff like that are great. And when you're done with the workouts, make sure to do an inversion table or some type of decompression of the back, even if you're healthy, so you can maintain that health in your back, and see a chiropractor also. So you can do Horseradish, which sounds nasty. Comes from barley grass. You don't want to take it when you're doing a drug test because it pops up as an opioid, even though it's nothing of an opioid. It's nothing like that. It's an MAOIB inhibitor. A lot of people tend to take it with PEA, which is basically like PEA is like a endorphin, I think. I don't know. I don't know what PEA is. If you take PEA along with Horseradish, you'll get like the speed effect. It's like some people say it's euphoric, some people don't. Some people don't even get a single effect. It just kind of energizes me and makes me go to the bathroom like every 20 minutes. It's like I just drank a pot of coffee and 10 gallons of water or something. But so yeah, you got all that. Let me see what else. So that, going back to the original thought, that's ultimately all there to help you lose weight. Well, the Horseradish just burns off calories like crazy. Like your throat will burn like you're running just by sitting. That's a really good thing to add on to that. You want to eliminate starch, carbs, sugars, artificial sweeteners, processed foods. Get all natural beauty products, hygiene products, because there's a lot of estrogen in those things. Stay away from printed receipts. Touch on your skin because there's a lot of estrogen in the ink. Stay away from plastics. Use more metal and glass. And yeah, you should be pretty good there. So I'm gonna end this podcast with a little bio of me. Again, my name's Parker Bittigary, and I am a programmer. I know all sorts of programming languages. Had around 5 years professional work with .NET, and I've been programming for 14 years total. I build robots. I do software. Started off as a game developer. Built apps, stuff like that. I'm really huge into health. Do a lot of alternative health sources, supplements, stuff like that. I'm a huge technology guy overall. Do a lot of hardware, electronics. I like self-help. I like reading all that stuff. Yeah, great bio. Man. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it off there. Should probably work on my bio a little bit later. I might redo that. But anyways, thank you for watching this. Make sure to comment, like, and share. Yeah, this is Parker Podcast. Wow. Might as well have a thing called Parker Cast with some people later on. But thank you for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you later.